Greetings, scholars. So, as you can see, I have a companion with me today. This is my alpaca from Beijing. I have no idea what to call him yet, but if you find a name, comment it down below, and I'll probably choose a name for him. As of now, I'm thinking of just calling him Stuart. It's a pretty good name. But anyway, let's get on to what I was going to say anyway. Greetings, scholars. It's been a while. The last time I posted a video on here was quite a long time ago. It was honestly a long time ago. And I'm aware, yes, I didn't keep to my promise that I'd post 2 videos every 2 weeks or so. But to be fair, it is a bit hard to run a YouTube channel on a website at the same time. But I realize that I've maybe slipped up a little bit there and that sometimes I'm a little bit too ambitious. But it happens to the best of us. But that's really the magic of the World Scholars Cup. You never really know how far you can go until you try your best and see how far you do go. But that brings me on to why I really made this video. So, as you all know, the Tournament of Champions for the 2018-2019 season of the World Scholars Cup ended a couple days ago. On November 13th, many scholars flew back to their home countries. Many seniors were still in America enjoying the sights, and many others were just looking back on what had been a magical week for them. And just about a year ago, I was in the same place as many of you were just recently. I had gone to my first TOC, and I just could not believe how memorable it had been. Those 5 or 6 days of pure and utter competition and socializing and just magic really made me wonder how a program like this could have happened in the first place. And I know that some of you did amazingly at TOC. I've seen all your Instagram and Facebook posts about the medals and trophies, but I've also seen many other things that you guys have made along the way. And in my opinion, those things are the most important, that you should have made a lot of, and that you continue to have them forever. And those things are your memories. See, Scholars, the World Scholars Cup wasn't made to be a program where you come for the medals and trophies. If you went to Yale just to get a bunch of achievements, then you honestly went to Yale for the wrong reason, and you shouldn't have signed up for the World Scholars Cup in the first place. What brings the World Scholars Cup together and what brings the scholars to where they need to be is just the need to become a community again. We are a community of scholars in this amazing competition. And in this world on the margins of ours, we're bringing the margins closer together. We're tying bonds and we're creating friendships that'll last much longer than the trophies and medals can probably last in our storage space or wherever you're keeping them. We don't go to tournaments because we want to do well and do amazingly. We go to tournaments because we want to make new memories. And if those memories just happen to be doing really well in the awards ceremony, then sure. But if they're not, then that's fine. We make other memories too, like meeting new friends from all over the world, having hilarious laughs, jokes, and gags that the staff or other scholars think of, and just cheering on other people in the Scholar Show, Debate Showcase, or even just bonding as a team in the academic triple threat day. The World Scholars Cup isn't about the physical things that you accomplish. It's about the stuff that you can't see, the stuff that will always be there, but you just have to keep searching for. The World Scholars Cup wasn't created to be this ridiculously fun and amazingly social competition where you had to do well. It was created just to be a fun and social community that loved alpacas and chairs and for some reason really bad lip readings of K-pop songs, or at least this year at least. But to those of you who didn't do quite as well as you might have wished in TOC, don't despair. That's not the important thing. The important thing is that you look back on the week and you remember all the other things that you did, all the other friends you made, all the other memories you created, and all the other great things that happened to you while you were in America. The World Scholars Cup isn't there for you to drag your friends in just to get medals and trophies. Yes, you study hard. Yes, you practice debating and writing. And yeah, maybe you'll do really well. But it's also there to be a platform for people all around the world, students, teachers, and other mascots, I believe, all over the world to come together and to just have fun and to bond over this shared love of learning, right? In a world like ours, unity of that sort is pretty hard to come by, and honestly, it's pretty rare to see that academic competition, let alone one that has lasted for quite short years, it's only been around for 12 or 13 years, can have such a large impact on our lives, right? I've seen countless long blurbs and captions about World Scholars Cup changing lives, and it is admittedly a bit cliche, but it's the truth. Once you've done this program for even a year or even one regional round, it's unlike anything you've ever experienced before. It just has that effect on you that it just makes it stick in your mind, and you'll always remember that you went to the World Scholars Cup and you participated as a scholar for however long you did because of the memories and of the experiences and of the people who you made those experiences with. So, scholars, thank you so much for having a blast in the World Scholars Cup. Thank you so much for being a part of this program. But I also wanted to make this video to say goodbye in a way. It's a sort of melancholic goodbye. As you know, TOC signals the end of a season, but it also signals the beginning of a new one. And now that we have our theme and global rounds, many new scholars from all over the world and many new schools will be interested in exploring this weird yet slightly wonderful program that everybody keeps talking about and bringing stuffed alpacas back from. So I've had the pleasure of serving as both a scholar and as a help to other scholars for the past 2 years of my World Scholars Cup experience. Avansalpacaresources has grown from just a small website with guides to whatever it is now, a platform for scholars to learn and socialize in. And that really is all thanks to you guys. I couldn't have done any of this without you guys participating in the website, without you guys giving me recommendations and suggestions, and without even some of you coming up to me when you saw me at actual rounds and thanking me for what I'd done. It's that motivation and that support that you guys gave me that really pushed me to go further and further with this website. And I can honestly say it's been the greatest honor, privilege, and duty of my World Scholars Cup time to have helped out so many scholars, so many schools, even some coaches on their paths to TOC or even to globals. And it's something that I'm never going to really forget because it's something that will always remain a part of who I am. A part of who I am is with the World Scholars Cup, and I hope that applies to many of you as well, though not necessarily, of course, in the way that you have an entire website, but in the way that the World Scholars Cup remains an integral part of your character and who you really are as a person. So, of course, we have a new season coming up, the 2019-2020 season, and as many of you already know, I'm not going to be part of that season as a scholar. My school just won't let me participate, and I think I've gone long enough in this program to have said that it is now time to lend the gauntlet down to the next generation of scholars under my tutelage, right? So, but part of the magic of life is that you can come full circle in many things, and that's especially true for the World Scholars Cup. I may have started my time 4 years ago as a naive and simple scholar who didn't even know there was something to study, and I'll be ending it as a teacher to many new scholars who will also be starting off in the same position I did, and I'll be helping out those new scholars all over the world and reaching out to new teachers and coaches wishing to join the World Scholars Cup for the first time. And all through this digital platform that many of you, and so many of you really, have been able to support and to visit and use. Just the fact that many of you continue to use this website, even though it's not really the tournament season, is just amazing. And it really brightens my day whenever I see someone comment on a post or someone thank me for the website. But so as long as you guys continue to be in the World Scholars Cup, as long as there is a World Scholars Cup, Avansalpacaresources will always be there to help you guys out in whatever way we can. Except, of course, black markets for alpacas. I don't know how those work yet, but maybe we'll find a way to do that. Anyway, so that's really it for this video. I was gonna just bout out some things about the memories and whatnot and the future of the website, but if you had to remember one thing from this video, it's honestly that you should have remembered your time at TOC or in the World Scholars Cup as a whole, because you'll never experience anything like it again, or at least anything quite like it again. And that no matter where you are, scholars, or no matter what you are doing or how you're preparing, I'll always be there somehow, in either behind the screen or you'll be talking to me. I'll always be there to help you guys out. And if on anything, it's been an absolute pleasure for me to have been able to do that. So I have to thank you all for supporting me and for allowing me to become a part, if anything, of your World Scholars Cup careers. And I'll continue, hopefully, to be a part of many more new scholars and existing scholars' lives until however long I need to. So thank you so much for that support and for that encouragement and for that privilege of allowing Avansalpaca Resources and Avan to be a part of your World Scholars Cup life. See you next time, scholars.